Let's go with a pretty amazing fact here. 20 years ago, I interviewed you.
Really?
Just before you came for Taste of Chaos.
Oh, dude, what a sick tour. Dude, yo, so I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
It's like both me and Phil are like now, well, been a long time. But since this time,
Yep.
Phil and I are huge Parkway fans. And
Yep.
uh and it's like, dude, the first Taste of Chaos thing. So like when we were doing Taste of Chaos in the US, right? Like
Mm.
I think at that well, and you're in your early 20s, right? And you're just kind of like,
Yep.
oh man, like we're playing these shows, even though we're like pretty low on the bill. It's like we're so huge, right? We're playing with bands like the Used and My Chem and their arenas, and this is
Yeah.
crazy, right? And then it was like we got to Australia, and then that tour package came over there, right? And then it was like, oh wait, everyone else gets bumped down a slot because there's this hardcore band full of surfers named Parkway Drive that's going to be like headlining the night or something like that, and we're just like, who is this? It was like some of the people were like asking around, right? We're like, dude, who are these guys? And they're like, yeah, it was like, yeah, they can sell out this venue on their own, and we were just like, what? And then yeah, they went up there and played, and it was just like just destroyed the place. So yeah, I've been fans of them ever since. And yeah, just so funny. That's what I remember most about that tour. And then also me and Timmy from Under Oath, we shared, although no wait, I think we started that in Europe. Anyways, me and Timmy from Under Oath shared a show shirt every night where
All right.
I would, because we were flip flopping spots. They would play first one night, we would play first the next night, and then like we would literally wear a shirt and then get off stage. It would be soaking wet, and then he would put on the shirt, play the show in it, get off stage, put it back in a Ziploc bag, and then the next day, like he would have to put it back on, play in the shirt, and then I would wear it for the next day. Oh, dude, it was so gross. It was so gross. But
To a life,
but
mate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man.
You brought up Parkway Drive. Friend of mine lives in Byron. Of course he does. It's Australia. He was picking up his kids from the same kindergarten as Jeff. And I messaged him because he loves Saosin, and he was like, "Dude, I was just talking to Jeff, and he talked about how much he loves Saosin."
Dude, Saosin tour? You heard it
Yeah,
here first. Let's go.
yeah.
Let's go. Make it happen.
Jeez, mate. 20 years on from our first chat, where I was probably the most nervous little journalist, and this is the first part of our conversation. This is incredible.
You look fantastic.
I've got a filter on, I'm sure. Look, you look fantastic. Look at you.
Uh, oh man, I've been eating nothing but placenta and green juice. So
A special green or like celery?
no, yeah, just anything green, anything
Anything
green.
green, yeah, right.
Yeah, just wheatgrass all day.
Do you remember the first time you came across Cove's demos?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I literally, we were just talking about this too. Uh, yeah, I think it was like Mookie's Last Christmas, and then like one other song that he had sent. We'd actually we just performed Mookie's Last Christmas, I think, acoustically at
Yep.
a hometown show near us, and it was kind
Yep.
of cool. Cole was talking about how that was the first song that he had like sent in to us, like as like a demo tape. So yeah, pretty crazy.
How about the first show with Cove? Because I actually asked you that 20 years ago. Um, and
Yeah, I actually I don't remember actually. Yeah, those early years, there's a lot of like just kind of it's funny because it doesn't feel so long ago,
yeah, yeah,
but it
I agree.
but it
Yeah.
but it is so long ago, as
Mm.
far as like in the especially for someone like me that has such like a low RAM brain. Whereas like, you know, like I'm like a goldfish, you know, just like I circle back around. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's new. Yeah. So yeah.
I do remember your response to this. To a degree, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, because my mind's gone as well. I'm an Australian, you know, we have beer for breakfast.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
but it was something like, when I think I asked something along the lines of like, when Cove played his first show with Saosin, did you know at that moment? And you went something along the lines of, "Oh no, dude, he was fucking awful." And I think Cove heard you say it because I reckon you're in the tour bus.
Yeah. Oh, you know, that does sound like something I would have said.
Obviously, a lot's changed. Obviously. How
Yeah.
about when, because I remember talking to you about the process of getting the album ready for the studio way back then, and you told me there was like the final versions on the album are about the seventh version of each track. So like 70
Mhm.
versions of that album around the place. What I forgot to ask was, because I think we only got given 10 minutes back then, was
Right.
obviously you would have been, because you're quite a studio technical person and really involved with it. When Cove was tracking vocals, did it feel like there was a magic coming with this seventh version of these songs and what he was performing in, in front of your eyes in that surrounds of, wow, we're making our first album?
You know, there's I'm not sure if I can comment to what version it started
Yeah.
feeling right, you know,
Yeah.
but I do definitely remember like on a couple songs like say like I Never Wanted to or
Mhm.
Sleepers or Bury Your Head, where like once we got those melodies and lyrics locked in, it was like, oh, this is good. So, and yeah, and actually what's funny is we're actually at that same point right now for a
Right.
new album. So
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
we're about six songs deep into it, and we're wrapping up the first like final touches on what's going to be the first single
Oh, wow.
tomorrow.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Inside. Here
yeah.
we go.
So yeah, so that'll be wrapped up probably tomorrow, and then we're gonna finish wrapping up the remaining, I guess, five of the six songs, and then we've got about maybe like 25 more demos that we've
Holy
like
moly.
just we've just been writing. So
Yeah, wow.
we got about 25 more demos, and then we're gonna kind of like sift through those, potentially even write more, and then yeah, we're gonna try to have the whole record done by in the next 2 months or so.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
How do you decipher through? I just did some quick maths. Maybe 30 songs there. How do you decipher through that?
No, no, no. Yeah, it's like there's you have to figure out like for instance, like let's just say like a song like Sleepers or something. Like
Hmm.
I probably wrote two or three songs that sounded like Sleepers for
Yeah.
the album.
Hmm.
And then by the time the record is done, you're kind of like, well, of those songs that's kind of like this is the best one that should go on the record.
Yeah,
So
sure. Yeah.
we're kind of in that stage as well. Like we've got some songs that are kind of like really heavy riffy songs, a couple soft ones, mid tempos, and then we put them into like kind of like different categories. Like once it kind of like starts coming to life and taking shape, it's like, oh, like
Mhm.
I thought this one was going to be soft, but it actually ended up. There's actually one song in particular where I wrote it and like I was like, I'm just going to try to do something like totally weird for us. Like, what if,
Yeah.
like, imagine if like Dashboard Confessional did a collab like with Little Peep and like it was like but supposed to be on the self-titled record. Like what would that sound like? You know what I mean? So I started like
Yeah, yeah,
writing like these
right.
like kind of like weird like SoundCloud like emo rap type of song, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
okay.
then me and Phil started working with it, and now all of a sudden it's got like this crazy kill switch engage pre-chorus and like a massive chorus. So it's just like it just totally changed into like, oh well, I guess this song's like kind of heavy now. So yeah, so they kind of take on their own life, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
sure.
like,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the day, we try to track more songs fit on a record, and then we try to pick the
Mhm.
best ones to make the record awesome.
Yeah, of course. I'm guessing if this single's so close, we've got vocal takes on it already, and all of that magic has come together too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, we got
yeah.
yeah
Sorry.
yeah we got vocals and guitars and everything done for 6 songs. Yeah. So
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
on the remaining five, we just have to do like some background vocals and then like some extra kind of like production ear candy stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The glow ups and the flares. I got you.
Yeah, yeah,
How's
yeah. The whooshes
uh,
and the swells and the
yeah.
bombs. Yeah.
Exactly. Because obviously 20 years ago, Cove was a different person, you were a different person, I was a different person. Lyrically, I guess we're putting a lot of that life change material into this probably. Not necessarily like that's what the song's about, but I'm wondering about the energy of that too. Is that kind of coming together in this single?
Um, let's see in that one. I think the lyrics are really good.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember what the song is about right now. Yeah, I would say it's very, I mean, honestly, like it's the thing we keep hearing from the people we've showed the material to so far. It's like man, this is crazy. It's almost like if the self-titled record would have like just come out, or like, you know, if we would have just like eliminated 2008 all the way up till now, it's like
Oh, wow.
that then it's like bam, and then like this is where Saosin should have picked up off. You know what I mean? It's like, so if the self-titled
Right.
record would have had like a companion that's coming out in like a modernized 2026, this is what it would be. So it's
Okay.
very like, yeah, I mean, it's like to me, especially the first single, it's very much like, I mean, if you're a Saosin fan, I think it's going to be, if you're a self-titled Saosin fan, it's going
Hmm.
to be, I think it's going to be pretty hard not to like it.
Okay.
Um, I don't know, that sounds a little arrogant, but like I hear it and I'm like, this is sick. So
That's better.
yeah,
That's very Australian. Byron Bay. This is sick. Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome. Um, would you say kind of like so say Ocean self-titled, 20 years later, sophomore, like sequel? Is that the kind of connection possibly? But not necessarily the same
almost.
album, obviously.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know, like I don't know if say if yeah, it's like if like the original Dune was awesome in
Mm,
2006, you
yeah.
know, this is the Dune that came out in 2024, you know
I
what I
like
mean?
that. Okay. Okay. I like
So,
that.
which to me, I love those two Dune movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I watched those like 3 and 4 times. Like they're
Yeah.
so amazing.
I'm interested in your actual connection to those tracks as a musician, as playing it live for, I don't want to know how many times you've played Bury Your Head, um,
Right.
enough to bury your head in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you are on stage and you're playing these songs, I guess as a man in their 40s now, compared to the man in their 20s or 30s, is there a new connection at this point in your life?
I don't know if I would call it, yeah, there's not a new connection. It's definitely the
Yeah.
same connection. I think that there is, I think off stage, there's a bigger appreciation
Oh,
just
yeah.
being able to, you know, cause you don't really, like when you're, at least for me, like when I'm out on a tour, right?
Yeah.
And you're, whether it's you're walking around a city or even if you're just like sitting in the bus or like in a dressing room or whatever, like there's always like something to kind of keep your mind occupied, you know,
Mhm.
or even for me, maybe I might be working on another band's album or something, or mixing something or editing something, whatever. Like I'm always going, and
Yeah.
you don't really get to like sit down and appreciate stuff as much
Mm.
as you would hope, you know. But
Yeah.
then every once in a while, you might just be sitting there like eating at catering or something, and just think like, this is crazy. like I like when I first was, like when the self-titled first came out, like I don't even know if I thought 3 years beyond that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially in
right.
your
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
in your 20s, you're just like, dude, I'm 22. Like, oh,
Yeah.
25 may as well be 90. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, so I don't think I looked that far at all. And now to think about like, yeah, like man, 20 years later, and like some of the people that have come up saying like, man, that record was like so pivotal back in their 20s, and now they're here and seeing them, like as like fully formed, like flourishing adults with like
Mm.
families and stuff. And it's so cool to see, either like them bringing their kids to shows, or like them
Yeah.
bringing like their nephews or nieces and stuff,
Mm. Yeah.
and it's like now they're the dudes that are like at the back in the bar chilling out, and like their younger friends are out in the pit, and they're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, you know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, there's definitely an appreciation that is like, man, this is crazy that we're still doing this, or like,
Mm.
or it usually comes from someone else, like
Sure.
it's someone asking me like, man, like, don't you like what is that like, but I think that when you're in it, um I don't like think about, I guess I don't really get to appreciate it that much because I'm so like in the moment of
Mm.
like this is like as soon as I get on the stage, and I start seeing people connecting with the music, and
Yeah.
I'm losing myself or singing or
Yeah.
playing whatever it is, or me and Phil are looking at each other smiling because one of us did a pinch harmonic, like when you're on that stage is feeling great, you're just like, this is amazing, right? And it feels very like timeless, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
time stops when you're up there. So
Sure.
I guess in all of those performances where time stops, it's like every performance is just always in that kind of same time doesn't exist territory. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
it always feels like it's the same feeling of awesomeness every time you go up there to play, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Taking hits off the surface.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like there's dude, what's wild too is I think you were talking about, the friend picking up their kid from kindergarten, right? So my kids are a little older. Mine are 9 and 11 right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, and like a lot of the parents that are like also have kids at that age. What sometimes they might find out that like, from one of my kids, they're like, your dad is in a band. Oh my gosh, I love that band. And then and then sometimes it gets awkward because like they turn out to be like a super fan, and I'll be like
Yeah.
dropping my kid off at their house and they're just like, you know um but it's
You're
super, but it's like those are the moments too where it's like, man, this is actually pretty crazy, like
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
it's it's pretty cool.
You're redefining dad rock, Bo. That's what you've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
After 20 years, so nice to see you again.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see
Yeah.
you in April.
You're not